Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for being here with me today, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate your love, your presence, and everything that you provide to this channel and to yourself especially. We're going to be talking about ways to ground yourself. I feel like it's so important to have certain ways of grounding yourself, especially now with everything that goes on in the world. We can get so wrapped up in all of the craziness that we kind of forget about pouring into ourselves, remembering our center, remembering who we are. Okay, I wanted to give you guys some tips on what I do in my spare time to really ground myself and center myself when I feel like I'm kind of going off of path. So I have my tea here today, so we're really just kind of chilling and talking about just different ways. And if you guys have any other suggestions, be sure to leave it in the comment section, because I am always down to listen to other people's routines and maybe incorporate some things into my routine. So the first thing that I really recommend doing to ground yourself and to feel centered when you're feeling off balance is meditating. Now, I know this is a thing that everybody talks about. Everybody's always like, oh, like if you feel off balance, you need to meditate. If you feel like you're putting too much attention to one thing and not the other, then you need to meditate. But it's true, like you need to meditate, but I feel like people's perception of meditation is different. So I feel like a lot of people think that the only way to meditate is to just sit like this. And you can do that, but there's other ways of meditating too. You can just sit at the park and just have nothing on, turn your phone off and just hear the trees and listen to the wind and listen to the birds. That's a form of meditation. If you guys like to connect with the water element, you can maybe go to the beach and sit and just hear the waves, look at the waves. That's a form of meditation. Or just simply listening to music. That's one thing that actually really helps me and is a form of meditation that really helps, is listening to my favorite soothing songs or listening to Hertz music, singing bowl music, all that stuff, because that vibration can really remove all of like the negative energies. And when you are meditating, when you are in that meditative state, it kind of brings you back to center. It brings you back to that zen. It brings you back to that peace. It brings you back to that serenity, that space that we all love and that we all appreciate. So meditating is by far the most important thing to incorporate in your routine if you're trying to ground yourself. The next thing that I would recommend is journaling. This thing has changed my life. When I was younger, I used to journal so much, and when I got older, I kind of shied away from it a little bit because I kind of forgot about it. I feel like this is so helpful mainly because we have so many thoughts in our head, so many thoughts that come through our mind throughout the day. We're constantly taking in information. All this energy is around us all throughout the day, and it can be a little overwhelming. So to really kind of center our thoughts, writing them down is helpful, because you may not have a person to talk to, you may not have a friend to talk to at the time, or you may not have a therapist or anyone to talk to, or you may not even feel comfortable talking to those people. So a better way to kind of center your thoughts is to write them out. And I feel like when I write them out, I kind of have more of an understanding of what is going through my mind, as opposed to if I just sat with my thoughts. You get what I mean? So writing is definitely something that is so helpful. Another thing that really helps me ground my energy is taking baths. Baths really help, because when you are sitting and you're in a very comfortable environment, when you dim the lights, when you light candles, and you're sitting in that warm bath water with your soap and your wine, it's just something about the peace that it brings to my soul. I don't know about y'all, but that type of peace is so calming and grounding for me. When we're around so many other people and so many other energies, we can kind of forget about our own. So when you're sitting in the bathtub and you're just allowing yourself to just relax it's just so like, it kind of reminds you like, okay, everything is fine, everything's okay. You really can kind of see things clearer. Like, I don't know, like I feel like when I'm in the bathtub and I'm just able to just sit and just relax and take in that beautiful ambiance, it really just brings joy and peace to my soul. I definitely recommend that. Now, another thing that really helps me ground my energy is saging. Saging is something that is so great. Like, this is something that should be done like once a week, because I feel like you can constantly, like I said, through our day-to-day lives, we can constantly take in energy and we don't know whose energy we're around. So really taking time to devote like 10 minutes to just sage your house, cleanse your space, and just kind of remove all of the negative energies is something that really brings me a lot of grounding and peace. It just makes room for just better positive energy in your environment, especially if you've been in a negative headspace and a negative space in general. It's so healing when you're able to sage. But just having some type of spiritual practice, anything to kind of clear the space is very helpful for grounding. The last thing that I'll recommend that I do in my spare time to ground my energy is reading. I used to read a lot when I was in school and when I was younger. And I feel like now in my kind of like young adult life, I'm starting to kind of pick that up again, and it's really been helping me, because I feel like when you're able to read, even if it's just like a fantasy book, or it doesn't have to be necessarily like a self-help book, but just any book that kind of draws your attention in, that really helps me ground my energy as well, because it just kind of takes my mind off of everything else that I'm kind of indulging in my thoughts. Instead, it kind of takes away that and allows me to focus on something completely different, which is the book. So definitely reading, or even listening to audiobooks if you guys don't like physically reading, is so helpful in grounding my energy. I guess that kind of concludes this video. I hope that has helped anyone who has been looking for tips and tricks to ground their energy wherever you are, whatever environment you're in. Just little things that can kind of bring you back to center when we're living in the most chaotic times. Thank you guys so much if you made it to the end of this video. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, beautiful souls.